Hi, my name is David Montoya. I'm here to introduce the TSM, the Tactical Sustainable Module. This product will bring an expeditionary live fire capability to the pre-deployment requirement needed before deploying into the area of responsibility. Before we talk about the TSM, let's first talk about what's out there. What products are there out there for training? First, let's talk about the ACS containers. They are 40-foot containers made to replicate a multitude of cities on big major bases. They have plenty of training areas to construct. The issue with ACS containers is they are permanent structures and can be only used with blank simulations and dry fire only. They settle on the ground once they are placed on the start to shift in time. When this happens, it shuts down training for those particular containers until they're approved by range safety to use. Those unsafe containers for training, the containers do not replicate what you see in the country. They are square containers. They are limited to the width and the structures once they are designed. The painted containers fade in the sun. Maintenance companies are always repairing containers, and that reduces vital training. Next, let's talk about SACOM. Now, SACOM are permanent concrete structures. Here's the issue. They're open roof buildings made by specific cement. They withstand fragmentation grenades for room clearing. They require a flat surface, and that needs to be graded up by a dozer. When the crane places the walls in place, they can be used. The issue with SACOM is that it takes 3 weeks for the cement to cure before it can be used again for training. In addition, it requires a crane to remove the 4x8 wall piece to be replaced again, and it shuts down valuable training again. Next, let's talk about the SRS, which is another product that you have out there. These are foam type structures that have a refrigerator type wall that has held up more than any other product on our training areas at the present time. They're designed in various sizes, can come in 2-story as well as hallway, and plenty of room for the CQB and team clearing. Too bulky to pelletize, cannot reduce the quality of the unit. It takes more manpower to put the SRSs on objectives. A great product, but more stationary product, and it takes away from being too repetitive for training. This also takes an anchoring structure because of the winds or heavy weather. Next is the RUH, which is a fiberglass structure that takes also anchoring. This is a movie-type set structure that can be made to look like areas of operations overseas. It has foam-type walls that can be painted in various colors that are seen in the country. They come in various sizes with foam furniture to bring realistic training. The issue with the RHU is the anchoring system. It does not take live fire very well and causes fiberglass to blister and cause it to be a hazard to your uniform or skin. It starts to peel in due time due to the direct sunlight. Winds will move these depending on the training areas these are located in. The RHU is a movie set structure more than a live fire product. So let's talk about the TSM. That's what we came for. The TSM, the Tactical Sustainable Module. And this is what it is. We're going to show you how strong this is. We're going to actually shoot 7.62 into this. And we're going to show you what the round does, how it reacts. This has a fiber-laden concrete. It has compressions in it. It's very, very, very strong. And if you know that in concrete, is that it doesn't bow, it doesn't move. The sun doesn't get to it and change it. I can configure it in just about anything you want, but here I'm going to show you it comes in panels. So let me show you how we put this together and just this section right here, and then I'll show you a full house or a full module put together. Now there's 2 guys lifting it, putting it all together. So any of the live fire can hit this thing and have no ricochet. Even the bolts are a composite material, so you have nothing that's going to ricochet. But they're around 350 pounds. And all you do is bolt them in, and they're solid as anything. These are completely solid. I'm going to hit it with a sledgehammer just to show you how strong it is. Busting that thing up, it's been there. There's already a rock we're doing for another training. And I wanted to show the top of it, so look what we did. We tried breaking the top of it. Now that is not as strong as anything or any other product that we've already had. Take a look at these things affected. It's just a strong product. You can take it apart, take these bolts apart, put it back on a pallet, ship it somewhere, put it back together. A concrete house that you can take apart and put back together. What's nice about it is the TSM can be actually configured to look like anything. Maybe a hut in Kandahar, but it's really just our product, the same product that went on over this. What's nice about this is a wood texture. So let's say you have an African hut. You have a module you need to have look exactly that to houses or units that are indigenous to the area. Like this, we can put our beams and use our composite product on the top. You can also add steps into any two-story. So let's say you have steps coming up here. This is a really strong, look how strong it is. So strong, we set up these steps and just set them in right here and put it all together. Let's now look at the live fire and see what happens there. We saw us shoot the 7.62 into this, and of course it blew this back out over here. I think they shot it, I can see the holes in the front, I think 7 times or 8 times. So it fragmented, but it stopped. The thing here that sets very quickly, and that's this same product here. And I'm going to fix this. Now I don't know of another product that you have out there in the field right now that can do this with. I can put this right up on here, same concrete product, and it takes to itself phenomenally. So I just put that right in there, right in the same hole that blew out there, and it's going to mesh and just totally completely patch or heal that hole. Simple. I don't think it takes much of a masonry background to put this back on here. There you go. Give it about 15 to 20 minutes, if that. We're ready to shoot it again. So you're ready with the live fire soon after you might have shot it all up, had all kinds of things shot into here, blow up, whatever. You can get this, put it right back on there. If you happen to really destroy it or take it apart, it's going to take a lot to do that. You just get a panel, put another panel back, and you're back in business. You're ready to start training, and you don't have any downtime. The 3 high-threat categories related to tunnels and caves are human trafficking, drugs, and weapons. So the issue is, currently there's no live fire simulated tunnels or caves that provide training for this increasingly visible threat. Every tunnel in its natural state is diverse, bringing different scenarios and objectives. The TSM caves and tunnels can create realism to affect a tangible live fire environment. Every tunnel in its natural state is diverse, bringing different scenario objectives. The TSM design construction can create realism to mimic any environment. We can replicate any rock just about anywhere. The proprietary exoskeleton engineering creates an eggshell strength that exceeds just about any requirement. As you can see here, this thin panel is holding up a 9,000-pound truck, and it's only 3/4 of an inch thick. Here, this is an actual mold from a GFRC, which is called glass fiber reinforced concrete. This right here is a mold from real rock. We get this, we put it together, so when it looks, and when we put it all together, and of course it takes to itself, as you saw in the TSM housing, comes together the same way. So I can make any kind of rock configuration, caves, tops, everything, and I can make it look absolutely realistic. This right here is going to give you that realism into a real cave, into a real situation. And that's what we bring with the TSM. Again, for any live fire training and exercise or tactical military realistic scenarios, the TSM could be your solution.